Alright, so I wanted to show you using Maple how you should be expected to solve a differential equation on the tech portion on test 3. So I took this question from 7.3, number 8. So the part that you should do and you should know how to do is we're going to take the Laplace of both sides. And Laplace of y double prime, we have our formula. So minus s times y of 0 is the negative 3. Minus y prime of 0 is minus the negative 1. Plus 6 times y prime, and y prime is sy minus negative 3, meaning minus y of 0, and then plus 9 times, let's say, y. Well, L of y is just big Y. And then on the right-hand side equals, don't forget to take the Laplace of the other side. It's a common mistake. So Laplace of 40e to the negative 3t, which is 40 over s minus, well, negative 3, so s plus 3, let's say. Okay. Next, we want this to distribute and clean this up a bit. Oops. 6sy this would be plus 3, so times 6 would be plus 18 plus 9y Okay, and now anything that is not with y, add over to the other side or subtract over to the other side. So these guys are fine. Okay, so just going to subtract over the 3s. And also, altogether, we have 19, so minus 19. Okay, finally, pull out the s, or sorry, pull out the y. And then we want to factor what we have left. So this is s plus 3 squared. Actually, technically speaking, we don't need to factor and it doesn't really matter. Solve for y, it's that same thing all over s plus 3 squared. And then what you can do with Maple, technically you can do partial fraction decomposition. It does have that. But realistically, it doesn't really matter. If we're going to use Maple for that, we can literally use Maple for just finding the Laplace inverse. Again, part of this course is just knowing, being aware of what technology we have and how you can use it. So we have this over s plus 3 squared. And so now I want the inverse Laplace. So I want to right click anywhere on there. Again, we don't need to highlight it. Look under integral transforms. And we want, so there's Laplace, we want the inverse. And we know that as you start with s, you end in t. Otherwise it gets confused. So then we have that. But that is our final answer. You know, that's it. So now if I go to homework, there was this problem. And I put in what that is. It's not that you don't believe me, but I like to make sure we're right. Oh, good. So, yeah, that's it. If you're thinking, wow, it's really easy, yeah, that's the point. I want to know that going forward as an engineer, you are aware of the tools that you have. Certainly, there's MATLAB, there's Mathematica, there's another computer algebra system, CAS, they call these. There's a lot. And obviously, there's AI. But AI is like having a friend that's really smart, but even really smart friends can make mistakes. Things like Mathematica, Maple, MATLAB, they all make mistakes. Either they understand your problem and they can solve it or not. So the only other thing that I want to point out, never really made mention in class. So what if there's a heavy side? So So, and again, if I just ask you something like this, where I'm literally saying find the Laplace, like on the homework, do not use Maple. The whole point is for those would be things that I would ask on the non-tech part that you should be comfortable doing out. But something like this, it's not to say you can't do it, it would be really tedious though. So how do you go about typing it into Maple? Well, actually, all right, the times doesn't matter for the coefficients, but anything else it does. You want to type out the guy's name. And then right click and do the Laplace. And if you're thinking, yeah, I can't really remember how to spell the guy's name, all you need to type is capital H-E-A, and it already pops up. You can just hit tab and it'll complete it so you don't misspell it and not have any options. So we want to write this, and integral transforms, Laplace transform, as we're going forward. And it gives you that. I mean, it's really ugly, but nonetheless, it's something that's what that Laplace would be. So that's about it, though. For any of the differential equation ones, I do expect that you're going on VMware, and I do expect that you're using Maple. It's not to say that you can't do them manually. I think the online homework expects that you are, but I'm not going to make you do that on a test. So, have a good night, or probably good morning. I don't know when you're going to watch this. But I will see you in class.